Hey butterflies, and welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Moe Nicole. Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, for money, and our purpose through the energy of our ancestors. I want to thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated, my love. And a major shout out to all of the channel members and everyone who has purchased from my tea and candle company. Thank you for your continuous support and your reviews and such. So we are getting into a grandmother ancestor message, okay? And so for some reason today, after that last message I recorded, Spirit has me like, let's start recording with your glasses off. And this gives me this energy of moving by faith and not always by sight energy, you know what I'm saying? And where this message is like really coming from. So last night I was just, in the zone. And I was talking to, spirit guides and ancestors. I was like, I haven't seen the Empress come out in quite some time in my ancestor, like the deck that I use for my ancestors. And so I was like, is the card still in there? So I went, grabbed my deck and was searching through. And baby, it was right there. You know what I'm saying? And so then immediately I heard the reason why you have not seen this Empress energy is because you haven't been seeking for the Empress energy. And that made me then think about this Cancer new moon that we're in right now, right? And Cancer deals with our emotional self, the things that we don't really always deal with. It represents our family, our home life, okay? And then it's ruled by the moon, and the moon goes into our feminine wounds, the emotional wounds that we don't always address and deal with, right? And even if it's a man or a woman, is giving a sense of healing your trauma with the feminines in your lineage. This is a message, y'all. It's a message of healing your trauma with the feminines in your lineage. Ooh, not the death card I just saw as we were shuffling. And this energy of where I'm getting with this is a sense of, it's not saying, oh, get back with them in your life and things of that nature, but you can't harbor hate. You can't run from healing. You got to address that shadow energy in order for you to move forward. And so I'm getting this energy of grandmother is calling for you to assess the feminine energy in your lineage. What do you like about that feminine energy in your lineage? What don't you like about that feminine energy in your lineage? What have you learned from that feminine energy in your lineage? What have you learned to do? What have you learned not to do? How can you make it better? How are you breaking those generational curses of the feminine lineage? So we're starting off with the Justice card, then the High Priestess, and then the Chariot. These are all major arcana energies that are coming out, which makes me think of a journey. So a lot of you all have been on this spiritual transformation journey. You may be new to this journey, or you may be kind of like changing up some of your beliefs or how you may have gone about some of your beliefs and things of that nature, okay? And you're looking or seeking justice for your lineage and for your home. And this is where this justice energy is coming out. You are the one who's meant to break the curses that has been placed upon your family, or within your lineage, on how certain people acted or how they dealt with difficult situations, or how some of their actions put them into situations that weren't always the best. You get what I'm saying? And so you are the one who was meant to bring justice to this lineage. But the only way you can bring that justice is by dealing with this High Priestess energy, which is dealing with the dark and the light. So many people want to just be in the light, not realizing that the dark is what gives energy to the light. Without the dark, there is no light. So we can't ignore the dark. When we go to bed at night, it's dark. If you've been having nightmares, this has been some of the messages and things that have been coming through to you. Or even if you've just been having vivid dreams lately, it's been showing you parts of yourself or parts of your lineage that you're meant to call to work through, deal with. You get what I'm saying? You may even find some different feminines starting to reach out to you again or more. This is all a part of that energy. I'm thinking of Erykah Badu's song, Yayo, okay? Which means mother. But with this Miss Ida, we see in the background, we have the crescent moon, and she's surrounded by these white candles. This is a protection circle. So you can create a protection circle and things all you want to and protect your energy away from everyone. But if you're not dealing with the same things that affected you, when you step out of that protection circle, everything else is still going to be happening. So you can't just put yourself in a hermit mode and separate yourself from everything and everyone and refuse to work on the things that forced you to go into that hermit mode in the first place. And that's this Chariot energy with the railroad bill. I don't know why I'm hearing this sense of watch out for going nowhere fast. And grandmother wants you to not run from these things. She wants you to really heal the lineage, to really address the things that were bothering you. When those thoughts come to you, start working through them. That's why I created the Divine Soul Therapy sessions. Shout out to those of you all who have been watching them. Everyone's not going to watch them because everyone is not ready to heal. Everyone is not ready to go to their roots. Everyone is not ready to deal with the shadow work. But I'm telling you now, this grandmother energy was coming out with this major arcana energy is giving the sense of, in order for this justice to happen and come, you got to deal with the shadow. Grandmother wants you to know you got to deal with the shadow. You got to seek it. Because if you don't know what the shadow is, once you step out of that protection, you're going to get caught up in the same situation. Have you ever found yourself, okay, you're in a bad relationship, right? And you just remove yourself. You're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm removing myself. I'm healing. But you really don't do anything. You just remove yourself from it and be like, oh, it's over. And then when you jump into the next relationship, you do the same thing again. Oh, it's bad. It happened. Oh, I learned this. I'm doing this. And you step away for a while. Then jump back in a relationship, do it again. You get what I'm saying? You're never healing what causes you to do some of the things that you have done, or what causes you to allow yourself to attract certain things or certain people, right? And with this railroad bill coming out, with this Chariot energy, and this man on the front of the dang on railroad cart, people used to jump on the boxcars and the railroads as a way to get from one city to the next, to get from one stop to the next. That was their, a cheap way of, being transported, right? And it was pretty fast, okay? It's time for you to jump on a train. Not even, it don't have to be real. It could be figuratively, right? To really address what has been touching or tapping into your ancestral bloodline at this time. And that's if you're ready to step up and, if you're ready to step up, step in and do what needs to be done for your lineage, you got to do the hard work. You have to do the hard work, okay? We can't run from the hard work. We got Lady Liberty in the back. I didn't even realize that Lady Liberty in the back of this Dr. Buzzer card with the Liberty, right? Well, I said with the Liberty is really justice. But she's all disconfigured. It's showing the truth of what it really looks like. We can, fix up ourselves and, make ourselves look a certain way on the outside. But our ancestors are always going to see the inside. Which is why she's saying we need to seek. What are we doing to seek the knowledge? What are we doing to seek the healing? What are we doing to really get to the foundation? Because what's also standing out with this railroad bill with the Cancer energy, it's giving, and that's Chariot too. So it's giving the sense of when you have that full connection of healing, you'll find yourself being transported to places that you never even imagined that you could transport to. And it's not like you're going to have to come out of your pocket to pay for it or do certain things. It's just going to happen for you. It's like the universe is going to be conspiring for your good. We receive whatever we're in the energy to receive. If we're not in the energy to receive or grow or develop, then we're going to stay stagnant to where the energy is at. And grandmother don't want that for you. One of the members was telling me about, God dang it, it's the, what's the name, Daughters. Let me find it. I was starting to watch it last night and I wasn't able to finish it. Who, child? I watch a lot on YouTube. It's the something Daughters. Hold on. The Ditch Digger's Daughters. And I only got through like a good 15 minutes before I had to pause it because I had some stuff going on. But I got to the part where the son, he stopped going to school and he was working, and the mother was getting on him about, you know, no, you need to get your education. Just because you're making these $35 a week right now, what is that going to do for your lineage moving forward, right? And he's like, even if I got an education, I'm going to make the same amount. Like, he's just there in that moment. That's the energy that he was in that moment, not thinking future, right? And so she's like, you ain't going to amount to be nothing, right? And so that can make someone then choose to just stay in that energy, right? If we're not motivating them to do better in that moment. But I know it was just out of anger, right? But it's just making me think about how in that moment he could only see the right now versus what his mom was trying to tell him was, I need you to think bigger. Life is not always going to be like this. Yes, today you can make this amount of money without this certification or a high school diploma. But 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the line, that's not going to be the case. And I want more for my lineage. She wanted more for her lineage. She wanted her child to do better than her. And that only comes if we allow ourselves to be in the energy of seeing our ancestors want us to be better than them. Your grandmother wants you to be better than the energy that was passed down to you. But you got to see it. You got to allow yourself to deal with the shadow, the things that they didn't deal with, the things that she didn't deal with. She just dealt with wanting to see the light, be the light, because the dark was too heavy. The dark was too heavy at that time. Which is why the Miss Ida is right here in the middle. You know, that dark. Miss Ida, the high priestess, is birthed out of the dark. So you can't be, you know, deep into your spiritual work and all of that if you don't know how to dive into the dark and survive. Because eventually the light is going to be too much and you're going to need the dark to balance it out. But if you don't know how to manage the dark, you're going to perish. So don't run from the dark. Heal the dark. Learn how to control your dark. Learn how to control the dark of your lineage. Those who get this is going to get this. But I had to get this message out because I was feeling it so freaking heavy. She was like, you're not seeing me. You're not feeling me because you're not seeking me. Think about grave sites, graveyards. You know, even if they are buried above the ground in certain areas, they're still inside of a dark casket. The body is. The spirit goes off into the dark abyss. We go back to darkness. So in order to take the energy of the ancestors and move into something greater and bigger, we got to know how to survive in the dark. And in order to know how to survive in the dark, you got to know how to command it. You got to know how to heal it. You got to know what the dark is. What is your family's dark? What are the things that was tried to be hidden, that didn't want to be addressed? The fears. What was that? Because that's where healing is at, on the other side of there. Healing is on the other side of that. Being the one to break generational curses in your family is not easy, y'all. It's not easy. The light is the easy. You know, but all it does is put a band-aid on things. So how can you use both? Man, it's a couple testimonies from my membership. A few were sharing with me some things that, you know, they're building and doing now because they've learned how to connect with their dark and accept their dark and like tame it. And I'm just like, wow, like I love seeing your growth. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But if we're refusing to go through the process and the path and work through it, I'm hearing that people perish for the lack of knowledge. Ten of baskets, and then the ace of baskets. Ten of baskets is family lineage energy is what it gives me, spiritual. So this is giving a sense of like your spirit team rooting for you with the fertile energy with the ace of baskets. They're rooting for you to step out and tackle the things that many are afraid to tackle. To tackle the things that many are afraid to tackle. Problem solve. Conflict resolution. I just saw the strength card. It's giving a sense of an abundance of energy being sent your way at this time to help you get through this, to help you process it, to help you connect with it, to help you start the journey in the process. I'm hearing learning how to master self. And in order to learn how to master self, you got to master the intrusive thoughts. You got to master the light. You got to master the dark. You got to master what you felt have been mistakes. You got to learn from the actions of your ancestors, because if you don't master and learn from the mistakes of your ancestors, you will find yourself repeating the same things. And that's what generational curses are. Okay, we done with that day. Grandmother, what ancestor message do you have for the collective? She has, my spirit will return the next generation. So some of you all may be pregnant, you're about to be pregnant, or someone in your family is pregnant. It's something about you and that child that you all need to make sure y'all protect that child and that child's energy. That child is meant to bring some like spiritual abundance to the family. But then she also has, you have my energy inside of you. You have my energy inside of you. I made mistakes in my life too. But guess what? You are the generational curse breaker. And she wants you to know that you have the power in you that she had, but you also have the power to take it a step further. If you connect with this message and you're ready to do the work, to take the charge, leave me a moon down below. Whichever moon phase you feel called to. It could be a full moon, a crescent moon, a new moon, half moon, whichever moon you feel comfortable or you feel connected to, leave it for me down below. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. Period. And as always, continue to bloom.